Hi guys, my name is Amanda Lago and this is Rappler Talk Entertainment. Today, I'm with Petersen Vargas and Jox Gonzales, and we're going to do what a lot of people normally do on Twitter practically every Friday, and we're going to talk about BL shows or boys love shows. So just a bit of background, kaya si Peterson and si Jox yung kausap natin yun is because they were part of a BL show way back in 2016. Peterson directed it and Jox starred in it. Starred in it. So we're
Yeah.
gonna talk to them about just how their experience on working on that show and basically BL in general. So hi guys.
Hey.
Welcome.
Hi,
Hello.
Amanda.
Welcome to Rappler Talk. Entertainment.
Hey, hi, Jocks.
Hello. Hello po. Hello po.
Hello po. So, just to begin with, anong BL content ang kino-consume nyo ngayon?
Mhm.
What have you been watching?
Actually, I wanted to start with, I think the BL purists won't consider hanging out as BL, which is a
Hindi.
good point of discussion for later.
Yeah.
Pero yeah, just to start with that, I think it's good to point out that even me, I think we didn't create it thinking that it was going to be a BL show. But I
Yeah.
understand why people were looking for it after the boom of Together. But anyway, to answer, mamaya na.
Sige.
To answer your
mamaya.
first question, uh, actually, I haven't been watching Together yet. Don't kill me, Together fans. but
What?
because I was trying to finish this BL show that I put off. I started watching it last year. So it's called Love by Chance. And coincidentally, I just finished it. I finished it yesterday. It's so good. Yeah.
Good. Saan siya, like, where is it from? Love
Also,
by
it's from
Chance.
Thailand also. It's independently produced and it's also available on YouTube.
Wow. Sounds like ang ganda ng title.
Love by Chance.
Yes. How about you, Jox? Although I know, full disclosure,
Wala.
Jox is my roommate. Although we are not together at the moment, because
Eh,
he's far away.
na-quarantine na. Nakulong ako sa jowa ko.
So anong BL show
Ayun.
ang pinagkakaabalahan mo today? Or ngayon?
Well, of course, Together. Yun. Tapos, actually yun pa lang eh. Parang, pinapanood, meron din kasi yung isa pang pinapanood na Why Are You? Pero like, sobrang pumangat na siya sa dulo. So, hindi ko na siya pinapanood. Si Miggy kakatapos lang ng Dark Blue Kiss. Sinisimo lang pala niya yung Dark Blue Kiss. So, yun, parang nakikinood ulit ako sa kanya. Pero parang Together talaga yung pinapanood namin. Yeah. Which is ngayong Friday, tonight.
Yes.
Gusto mo yung nag-vlog?
So like, when you start on a series, like, naghahanap ba kayo specifically ng, like, oh, I feel like I wanna watch a BL series now? Or do you just end up watching something organically?
Ako po muna.
Now, Jocks, go. Since ikaw yung nanonood nung Together and it's such a big hit.
Diba? Ako kasi, to be honest, like, hindi, paano ba? Namulat ako sa BL. Wow, namulat. Parang yung first ever ko kasi na parang ganito na parang BL is a Chinese series. Parang it's called Addicted. Yes, na sobrang ganda. Like, maganda siya ng sobra. Tapos, nakakainis kasi na-ban siya. So, hindi siya natapos. So, parang hindi pa tapos yung story pero na-cancelled na siya. Tapos, parang after nun, sobrang, what the fuck? Ano nangyari? Bakit na-cancel? Blah, blah, blah. So, parang ako, like, gusto ko pa. Tapos, doon na ako naghanap ng ibang ganong show. Which is, yun na nga, after nun is 2 moons na. So parang, yun. So, nahanap ko siya. hindi ko siya hinanap nung
Okay.
umpisa. Pero parang
So was
after...
it because of YouTube algorithm, ganon?
Yes, YouTube algorithm.
Okay.
May nag-suggest kasi sa akin ng Addicted. So parang after kong pinanood nun, parang, oh my God, sobrang ganda, parang baklaan. So parang, nung bigla, nung hindi siya natapos, parang, nag-crave pa ako. So, naghanap ako ng ibang shows. So, nung may nag-suggest sa akin na yung Two Moons. So, from there, inaabangan ko na yung mga susunod na parang nagbukas sa akin yung world ng BL ng Thailand na, oh my God, like, sobrang open nila doon, na may trailers, may mga ganon, di ba? Na inaabangan. Tapos parang may, as in parang alam niyo yung mga primetime bidas late, yung mga ABS-CBN na this coming year, may ganon, di ba? Parang may mga trailer na may mga mukha. May ganon yung Thailand na puro, na hindi naman puro bakla, pero halos bakla. Parang sobrang wow, di ba? So, yun.
Right. Yung sa akin naman, yung sa akin naman kasi I made this short film called Geography Lessons in 2014, and then Too Cool I made in 2016. And then for some reason, at that time, I didn't actually know the term BL formally. But after making those films, parang there were like people who were calling it quasi-BL. So that's where I came upon the term.
Right.
Kasi parang it's still about two boys in school and then they fall in love. My difference is I was the content that I was making was leaning more towards queer media, as they call it, or gay films or gay content. Whereas BL was such an entirely different world.
Right.
So yung knowledge ko about it started in 2017. And then yun, ganun na lang. Parang when you open this Pandora's box of BL, sa Thailand pa lang, parang there's so much.
Sobrang busog.
Yeah, there's so much.
So like, ano yung...
I was
Sige, go ahead.
Ayun, so I think that's where my fascination about it started from. And then I really started from there.
Yeah.
I wanted to research and learn about it kasi parang eventually it was my aspiration to make something like it.
Yeah. So what makes BL? Like it's not just queer content or queer stories. May iba siyang category. It's an entirely different category. What makes it different?
Yeah. I can pitch in something kasi I actually even met this I would say BL expert, but he's based in the Philippines. He hosts this YouTube channel called BL Haven, and he contacted me kasi he wanted to feature some of my stuff in his channel. And then I learned a lot from him, si Louis Archie Perez. And it's fascinating to know na BL pala was created by women.
Right.
So its
yaoi,
origin
diba?
was actually is it yaoi or yaoi? I don't know how to pronounce it.
I don't know.
Yaoi or yaoi, basta yon. Yung letter Y.
Yeah.
So I think what makes BL so distinct and what makes it access such a big audience is that it was primarily intended for women, especially young women. I mean, I actually like feeling ko, I mean, even our popular content naman here in the Philippines, like rom-coms or Star Cinema, when you talk about who their primary market is, it's women.
Yeah.
And women are such aggressive, rabid, big fans. They were the ones who started doing fan fictions of their favorite manga characters. They were the ones who started doing all these crazy fan fictions. So, I think yun yung difference sa queer content. Like, so when we did Hanging Out, our influences there were really gay shows. We looked back to America's Queer as Folk, UK and America, and then at that time I was such a big fan of Andrew Hayes Looking. It was the gay show in HBO.
Oh my God.
So when we did Hanging Out, it was really meant for a queer audience because we wanted to talk about the actual queer lives, actual queer issues. So ang difference I think for BL is I think the joy of BL is seeing all these handsome men suddenly liking each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ikaw, Jock, since you were part of Hanging Out and that was back in 2016 and early 2017 and now recognizing BL like me, parang, oh, ito pala yung world of BL. Nakikita mo naman yung difference na yun, no?
Yeah. Parang, ano mga ba? Na yung BL nga, nung nag-research ako about BL, parang yung category nun, parang nakasulat dun is dapat dalawang straight guys na may in love sila sa isa't isa. Like parang discovering na parang, oh my God, this guy, I like this guy. Parang ganun yung formula ng BL lagi. Which is parang, yun lang nga, like parang laging may isang straight na parang nako-convert. So parang may thrill na parang conversion na parang minsan nga may ibang BL na sobrang problematic na minsan. So pero, yun nga, yung difference kasi nga na talaga nung BL nga. For example, compare mo siya sa Looking, which is baklaan din naman, and Together. Yung iba yung look, iba yung BL eh. Para siyang teleserye, hindi siya teleserye, like para siyang
rom-com.
teeny bopper, rom-com. Parang sobrang cheesy, as in hindi to totoong buhay. Walang tao na mag-break ng pick tapos gagawin bracelet tapos kikiligin. Walang ganun in real life.
It's a fantasy. It's parang fantasy rendered on video.
And that's so not
parang
Hanging Out.
may mga matatapon na kape tapos parang oh my God, like hindi ko na
may mga ganun. Pag nagkakatinginan, slow-mo palagi.
Slow-mo. Right.
Which I love.
Yeah.
So kumbaga
parang ganun.
Fantasy ang BL.
Right. Okay, that's interesting that you guys pointed that out kasi nga yung Hanging Out parang recently may renewed interest kasi nga people are into Together. Tapos parang naghahanap sila ng something to fill the gap in between episodes. So na Hanging Out is like alive again. But like you said, hindi siya BL show. So let's talk about it. Like when you did Hanging Out,
sure.
What was the idea behind it when you started?
Right. Ang brainchild naman talaga ng Hanging Out, I would say, was me and Team Magazine's editor-in-chief before, si Paolo Lorenzana. And sobrang clear kasi nung vision namin noon. We wanted to do a gay show. We wanted to do a gay series. Kasi we were looking back na parang when we were younger, one of the content that was available to us that made us realize a lot of things were gay shows. I guess that was me and Paolo's experience. We actually shared that experience through Queer as Folk. So that was the intent. And I actually co-created it with Patrick Valencia. He's a creative from Star Cinema and Black Sheep. So together, parang we had this vision lang to make a show about how it was to be gay in the city, how it was to be gay after you came out, after coming out. Parang that was really the vision.
Yeah. And Jox, how did you end up being part of it?
Oh my God.
Being the star.
Paano nga ba? Actually, si Albert yung nag-send sa akin ng poster ng casting call ng Hanging Out. Si Albert Saspa, which is si Kiko sa Hanging Out. So friends kami ng sobra in real life. Ganyan. Tapos para pinost-sinan niya sa akin na parang, mag-audition tayo, ganyan. So parang ako, ano ba to? Parang hindi ko kaya. It's my first time ever na mag-audition for something na acting, kumbaga.
Yeah.
So parang ang nangyari, So yun, ano ba, hindi dapat, parang nung araw na audition, nasa BGC ako noon kasi sa BGC pa yung work ko noon. Tapos parang maglilipat ako to Makati. So parang may kinuha ako na mga stuff sa BGC. Tapos I'm going back to Makati. And then parang naisip ko na parang, sinabi din kasi ni Petersen na parang, makikita ka doon na punta ka. So parang
Binantaan ka na.
naisip ko din na parang might as well. Like parang wala naman din mawawala. And ako ba yung pinakahuli? Alam ko ako yung pinakahuling
Parang
audition.
kayo ni Albi yung pinakahuli. Yeah.
Oo. So, paano ba? Bago ako pumunta doon, kasi condo yun yung audition.
Mm.
Mayroong bar sa baba. Like, umorder ako ng 3 shots ng tequila. Tapos umakyat ako.
Wow.
Tapos yun na yun. The rest is history. Wow, the rest is history.
Pero nung nag-audition ka, alam mo na yung role mo. Like, you were reading for the part of Adrian.
Ang gusto ko kasing role yung kay Albert. Kasi nga, hindi
Ikaw
naman,
yun eh.
yung character ko sa Hanging Out, like parang, di ba parang, business, parang sobrang prim, sobrang
right.
leader type, ganyan.
Right.
Tapos parang, yung character na sobrang gusto ko is yung kay Kiko, which is me, na parang galing ako probinsya, tapos parang first thing sa Manila, ganyan. So, yun yung nag-audition ako. Tapos parang pinabasa sa akin ni Petersen yung kay Adrian. Tapos parang after nun, hindi ko na alam yung nangyari.
So, Petersen, ba't mo naisipan? Like, and the cast, most of them are parang newbies talaga, no? So, was that on
they were
purpose?
mostly my friends.
Did you do
that?
They
were mostly people I knew.
On purpose, though? Like, conscious choice yun na you wanted to cast fresh faces?
Yeah, and kasi we were already doing something so rebellious na parang we didn't have any machinery, we didn't have anything. Like, of course, we were thankful for Blood because they gave us production budget. But aside from that, it was really individual efforts and personal efforts. And I don't regret that kasi the camaraderie on set, like having all these people band together, and eventually the people that we built as a barkada became real life friends. Like they became so close even after the show. So I think yun din yung nag-contribute dun sa magic ng Hanging Out na we wanted to portray real life as it is, and we casted real gay people, of course except for the lead, si Paulito. Yun, I think yun yung naging effective sa kanya na there was so much understanding even from the cast.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have to over-explain anything. Like, buhay natin to.
Yeah. Like, parang familiar na sa kanila yung experience.
Yeah.
At the time, that was 2016, no? So, parang...
Yeah, end of 2016.
Yeah, so at parang feeling ko wala pa masyadong ganong shows in the Philippines. So, in a way, like, Hanging Out was a pioneer in portraying gay people that way. So...
Yeah, I think doon kami nang galing ni Paolo na parang we were really correct us na lang if we're wrong, pero we were really thinking, has this been made na parang an independently produced online show? Of course, on TV, meron ng mga pahapyo na gay narratives, gay storylines. Even My Husband's Lover was already there. Pero we were thinking, itong something more youthful and something more current, something more now, was it existing back then? So even if it was such a big challenge because of the resources, because of the lacking of almost all the things that you need to do a full production, parang let's just wing it, let's do it, parang ganon.
So, at the time, because it was the first of its kind, for you, Petersen and Jocks, being, mukha mo yung nilalagay doon, did you guys feel any, like, pressure? Um, syempre responsibility din yun na gawin
Sige.
siyang
Si
a
Jocks
certain...
as the face of hanging out.
Ano ba? Parang, syempre, oo naman. Like, sobra akong na-stress to be honest, nung nakast ako, parang, shit, like, totoo na siya. Like, ito na yon, may kita, isushoot na ako, ganyan. Paano, ano nga ba? Paano ba na-feel? At I think, hindi, ganito na lang, nung ginagawa namin siya, parang syempre, yung first 2 episodes nung sinushoot namin siya, like, parang, sa isip ko, like, parang, okay, gagawin namin to, tapos, ito yung role ko, ganyan-ganyan. Tapos parang, at the back of my mind, sa isip ko, like, parang, it will hit views, pero like, I feel like, hindi naman siya ganon magsusoar, kumbaga. Like, parang siyang passion project for me. So parang, sige, gawin natin to. Ganyan. Tapos parang, after siguro nung first 2 episodes na, actually yung second episode, after the second episode, na sobrang dami ng nanonood, doon ako like na-stress. Kasi parang, paano ba? Like, tama ba itong ginagawa namin? Parang doon ako na-conscious sa parang, oh my God, ang daming nanonood, no? Parang tama ba itong ginagawa namin? Tama ba yung acting ko? Like, doon ako na-stress. Ayun. Ano nga ba yung tanong?
Pressure.
Do you feel any pressure right now?
Sobrang pressure siya. Like, I feel like, hindi, actually during that time, ito na lang, actually during that time, hindi naman, wala sa isip ko na parang magiging ganito siya kalaki. And like, yun nga sinasabi niyo na pioneer siya. Like, parang, inisip ko nga ngayon, kung alam ko na magiging ganito siya, like, parang I feel like sana mas ginalingan ko pa ganun. Yung everything. Binigay ko na to. Which is, binigay ko naman to. Pero like, alam mo yun, kung alam ko na para magiging something else siya, na yung impact niya sa mga tao ngayon, like parang, God, like, buti na lang, nag-audition ako. Ganun.
Ikaw, Petersen, like, what was it like as the director and the creator of this show? Na-pressure ka ba?
Oo naman. Kasi we were already, when we were conceptualizing it, when we were developing it, parang we were already, I guess, expecting criticisms that were very, very valid. Kasi the kind of queer life that we spotlighted on, it was so specific. It was upper middle class. It was all these characters that were, I guess, very niche. And being the first of its kind, I don't know if first nga, pero anyway, arguably the first of its kind, parang there's a lot of pressure there. Kasi I know that the show isn't, alam mo yun, it's not parang hindi siya blanket of representation. That queer content so badly needed. Pero as I always say when people were asking me, parang I don't regret it kasi at least if this show of course I know for a fact it will affect people, it will inspire people kasi it really came from a place of sincerity, of genuine sincerity. Pero if it also angered people or if it made people think na hindi lang dapat to yung kailangan gawin, I have to be passionate enough and be ballsy enough to make my own and to tell my own story that wasn't included in Hanging Out's narrative. sobrang okay sa akin yon if it lights a fire under their asses, as RuPaul would say it.
Yeah.
Why not? Diba? Like,
Yeah.
I could take it. I could take it. So, yun, I think it's really contributing. It's this baby step
Yeah.
towards more of this. And because of that, I think Blue produced a couple more. And then eventually, I mean, fast forward to 2020, everyone wants to make BL. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like you
So,
said,
yeah.
hindi na to BL show hanging out. But I think
Mm.
because people are, eto sa akin lang because of the BL hype,
Sure.
people are more used to
Mhm.
seeing men being in love with men. So parang,
Mhm.
do you think that that's, I don't know, paving the way, I guess, for possibly more hanging out content in the future? That's like a roundabout way of
Petersen po yung
asking
tanongin nyo.
the million-dollar question na may season 2 po ba ang hanging out?
I think it came to a point that I think after a few months of the season finale, parang the cast was still very positive or the cast was very
My
accommodating.
God.
And then parang after 1 year, after 2 years, after 3 years, yun, I think, parang, of course, it, I would say we celebrated a rather humble success. Pero even that, I mean, alam din naman nila jokes to, I would update them from time to time na parang, I would get my hopes up na parang, oh, I think there's a possible season 2. Ganun. Pero yun, I think yung parang reality din is, 'di ba? It took, I mean, step by step siya eh. Parang you really can't fast forward progress.
Yeah.
But you should always be hopeful for it. Na parang because we did this back in 2016 and look where it's come now. It's like a smug you can be all smug and say, I told you so. Parang people could get into this, etc., etc. So I'm keeping my hopes up.
Are you
Kasi
ready?
ayoko
In
nang
Ko.
nagagalit. Ayoko nagagalit yung mga fans ni Jocks.
Jokes, gano'ng kadalas ka ba
My God,
tinatanong kung may season 2 po ba?
Until
Ma'am,
now.
as
Until
in,
now, di ba?
nakakaloka
Even,
na.
Pero ready
Nakakaloka.
pa kayo in case?
Kasi dami, sobrang dami.
Ready naman kayo in case may mag green light. You
yeah,
have
I mean, we've always, I mean, me and Patrick, the co-creator, and even the other show's writers, si Wango, Galiaga, si Jade Castro, parang we were all, parang sometimes when we see each other, lagi siyang point of conversation na parang, uy, what if there's a season 2? Ano na kaya nangyayari sa kanila? Kasi when we developed the first season, we were really preparing for a season 2. I mean, I think the reason why a lot of the show's fans are so demanding is because we really ended it in such a, yun na yun? Tapos na yun? Wait lang.
So kung kunwari may season 2 or let's just imagine na
A special episode. Ganyan.
Yeah, or like the gang are living in, the gang talaga, they're living in quarantine times. Nandito sila ngayon sa Manila. How would they be? Like, imagine lang natin.
Ang ganda.
My God.
Like, what would they be doing?
Ikaw ba, Jocks? Sa tingin mo ba, ano nangyari kay Adrian at David?
Feel ko nakakulong sila ngayon, pero lagi sila mag-aaway. Feel ko yun yung, ewan ko kasi di ba sa pinakadulo ng season 2, ay season 1, naging sila ba? We'll never know. Diba? Hindi natin alam. So, I feel like kung may season 2, naging sila. Pero parang feel ko, feel ko yung start ng season 2, nandun na sa magbe-break sila. Parang yun yung naisip ko. Tapos si Sheena at saka si E-Boy sila na. Sila yung talagang stars. Diba? Mali. Oh my God, si Fidel, si JP pala, tsaka si Sheena.
Yeah.
Ang ganda.
Tsaka si Albert, yun, dapat may jowa na siya.
Ang ganda. Oo nga.
Yeah. I mean, especially when you really watch and rewatch season 1, we were really preparing for a lot of Kiko storylines for a possible second season. Kasi parang his character was always in the background, pero his episode especially was I think one of the most well-loved kasi parang
my favorite episode.
Ang dami pala niyang side.
Right.
To him. So parang I think aside from the Adrian David storyline, we were really preparing for that story. And of course, one of my actually favorite character ko. Wow, may bias. Si E-Boy, si Jesse. Kasi parang rarely do we see the effeminate guy have his own, 'di ba, shot at romance na hindi lang siya yung so we were also preparing for that. And I think that would be a nice addition to how we would, alam mo yon, advance the narratives of the real people that we're inspired of, kami ng mga writers and ng co-creator. So ang daming possibilities.
Pwede siyang maging may pinatay. Gusto ko ng mga gano'n sa season 2. May papatayin na character, may bomba, para mas exciting.
Yung tatawa ka from
afar. May genre. Season 2 is going to be crime, drama. Yeah. Season 3, thriller.
So, kailangan talaga ng season 2.
Yeah.
May GoFundMe na po kami.
Link below.
Please donate to our GoFundMe for season 2.
So, I guess to wrap up our chikahan, parang we've talked about BL shows, we've talked about hanging out and how it's not exactly a BL show. So, for you guys, bilang manonood ng BL show at bilang gumagawa ng quasi-BL show, what makes good BL or even queer content? What makes a good queer show?
Ang hirap. Ako na lang muna para mga walang kwentang sinasabi. Kasi
Grabe.
Si Petersen yung magkakaroon. Ano ba? Ang kasi di ba nga dalawa siya? So BL, iba nga yung BL sa queer thing. Ay, tama ba? Di ba? Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like parang pinaka naman ng mga tao kung bakit sila nanonood ng BL or gay series is pag nakaka-relate sila sa isang character. So parang I feel like kailangan sobrang relatable nung character mo para sobrang ma-hook yung mga tao. Kasi parang yun na nga, like parang for example, kunyari nanood ako ng Together, like ako si ganitong character. So parang, oh my God, ano na mangyayari sa akin? Ano pang pwedeng possibility? So parang pag sobrang nakaka-relate ka kasi sa character, meron ka ding may nag-hook ka na din for them. Like may ship. Tawag doon. Parang gano'n.
Siniship mo na sila.
I feel like siniship mo sila, like parang may gatong ka sa story nila kumbaga. So I feel like invested ka. So I feel like yun nga, dapat relatable yung mga araw. Feel ko yun yung number one formula for me. Which is nag-work nga din sa hanging out na para nakarelate din yung mga tao sa mga character, hindi lang sa akin. For example, kay Kiko, meron nakarelate kay Sheena. So parang, yun, I guess, yun yung main ingredient ingredient for me.
Pero wait, di ba parang sabi mo kanina, parang may point na nagiging problematic din yung mga BL shows.
Nako, another 30 minutes to, Amanda.
Sa oras.
Hindi,
On our next talk.
Hindi, ang dami din kasi naman talagang problematic sub-storylines ng mga BL.
Pero bakit sige, like for example.
Ma'am, may isang BL na may isang BL na parang sexual harassment na. May mga ganong level. Parang nakakakilig siya. Pero like parang, oh my God, like maling-mali. Like bakit mo ito ginagawa sa kanya? May mga ganon na.
Consent, di ba? Yung...
Yes, consent.
So, do you think... Like, pero bakit importante pa rin panoorin? Like, despite some maybe problematic whatever, paano siya nakaka-contribute pa rin to like the queer cinematic or screen experience?
Ano kasi siya, I think it really comes from its origins. Kumbaga, it's this long-standing tradition of all these, I guess, very outdated ideas. I mean, if you parallel it to discussions about rom-coms, I mean, if you look back, rom-coms are problematic because they keep on giving this damsel in distress stereotype. Even the mathematics girl, diba, stereotype became problematic. It really, I mean, I guess they had to be made, and then the audiences, I mean, ang maganda kasi ngayon sa audiences, especially the young audiences now, they really call them out na parang it really needs this awareness from the audiences, the viewers.
Yeah.
And the beauty of BL creators, for example, in Love by Chance, parang they also have this good rapport with their audiences because most of the show is online. They really get to have all these immediate feedback. So parang sana they take into consideration all these problematic, outdated elements of their narratives. Because I think BLs will still be successful minus the problematic elements.
Yeah.
Kasi at the end of it, parang what's progressive about it, or I think what's very rebellious about BL is actually they don't care about labels. Parang when the supposedly straight guy confesses to another man, he doesn't care if he's a guy he's falling in love with. And I think that's strong. That's a good strong message na we don't even have to make an issue out of it. So parang on one hand, ang ganda nung message na gano'n na binibigay sa atin na fuck the labels. Like, let's just fall in love with whoever we want to fall in love with. Pero tama si Jox na parang at the end of the day, since people get so hooked on this, they get so invested, and sometimes they relate so much to the characters. Ang magiging problema is if they relate to the problematic elements, that would be dangerous.
Yeah.
So, yun, I mean, I have hope. Kasi, for example, Love by Chance, which was released last year, it actually breaks conventions. Kasi at the first episode, the lead guy already confesses himself as gay. Like, bakla siya. So, parang, na-shock ako doon kasi parang, episode 1 pa lang, this character is calling himself gay. But it ended up to become one of the most successful BL shows. It's well loved, despite breaking that convention. So at least sa BL may progress din. So parang I hope I think ang advancement na gusto natin makita is yung blurring of lines na parang who cares if these are BL actors participating now in a show where they're called gay.
Right.
Pwede naman 'di ba? Pwede naman mag-merge, magiging intersectional lahat.
Right.
So at the end of the day, ang ganda nun, 'di ba? Parang uh, this big cult audience, cult following, paving the way for not just for tolerance but acceptance.
Yeah. So now that maybe, a lot of there might be more BL shows that are gonna come out.
Yeah.
Like what would you say, Peterson, as a filmmaker?
Mhm.
What would you say should these creators keep in mind when they go into this?
Number one, you should not be a problematic person to begin
Mm.
with.
Yeah.
I don't care if I'm being shady to a specific
Mhm.
individual, but yun na nga eh, parang if nagsa-start siya dun sa intentions ng creators na if you have good intentions, if you're not, 'di ba, if you're adjusted to the real world and real values and principles, don't be problematic.
Yeah.
And I think ang ganda nung mga point, I mean, I'm not gatekeeping or anything, pero may mga purists kasi na parang let women write BL or yaoi, yaoi. Let the queers write the queer shows. Pero as long as, I mean, nanggagaling talaga dun sa primary intentions. Like, why are you doing this
Mm.
in the first? For example, magandang example yung Love by Chance ulit. Sorry, I keep on repeating it. Pero ang ganda, it was
Panoorin ko
actually
na yan.
it was actually canceled by the network that was going to air it.
Right.
What happened was the director put up his own money and put up his own studio, and then he ended up rallying for advertisements to finish the show, and then he
Wow.
released it much later on, but it became so successful. Like fuck the network and their capitalist venture. Charot. Pero I mean, 'di ba? Parang it really
Ang
comes
pure
so
nung
if it
ano.
wasn't well-intentioned, he
Yeah.
wouldn't have finished. 'Di ba? He would just, wag na yan, hindi naman nakikiuso lang naman ako
Yeah.
or what. Ayun.
So for you primarily, it's the intention.
Mm.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Well, thanks guys for the interesting conversation. May gusto pa ba kayo idagdag? May mga gusto ba kayo ilabas, ilahad?
Parang wala
Well,
naman.
for producers, charot.
Ano?
Shout out
Sa
to
mga holistas ko, charot. Hello.
yung mga
Oo nga,
fans
may pangalan
ko.
sila. Holistas.
Mga
Oh
holistas.
my God, totoo ba? Yun yung fandom name.
Oo.
Oh
May
my,
may Facebook group silang ganun. May Facebook group na
totoo.
ganun. Oh!
Yeah,
So,
so merong online community through Facebook when the show was airing.
ang ganda. Wow.
It's
Kasi
actually
nakakatawa kasi ang
magandang
daming...
trivia lang. Parang since we didn't have budget for extras. So what we would do is call out on the hanging out community, and
Oh
sila
my
mismo yung
God.
naging extras ng show. So
Okay.
when you see the
Episode 4, di ba?
yung club scene sa episode 3, mga fans yun ng show. Yung
Yes.
sa episode 5 na party nung nagta-transition.
E-boy.
Oo, parang ano rin yun, mga fans ng show. So, ang ganda na we built this real community online and in real life.
Ang ganda. Trivia. Before we end. Ang ganda no, hindi ko alam yun. Thanks, guys. Stay safe.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
And take care. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. That was Rappler Talk Entertainment. We were talking about BL shows and quasi BL shows. Bye.